Well, basically, the firefighters union came out and invited everyone to their, big convention this year, except for Rudy, and then they put a letter out saying why they didn't invite Rudy, which has to do with him basically calling off the search for firefighters' bodies and then dumping their bodies in the Fresh Kills landfill, and then having a bunch of them arrested because they wanted to, pull their fallen brothers out of the debris.
Let me play a little devil's advocate here. / these are genuine questions I don't know the answers to. Now that was back in November, so it was kind of like 2 months after September 11th happened, obviously.
It takes a long time to search for remains and wreckage.
No, I'm with you. Was there, obviously there was an issue with people going in there when it wasn't safe enough and there was still the toxic stuff in there, and now a lot of them are sick. Did that have anything to do with Giuliani's decision, or
no?
Or
that had nothing to do. And just on that note, let me tell you, because you posted your thing on the AOL site last time I was on. Everyone was like, "Oh, you're being unfair to Rudy Giuliani." Well, I lived in New York on 9/11, and like a lot of people, my relationship with my significant other ended shortly after. I was like, "Man, do I really want to spend the rest of my life with her?"
Wow,
and we broke up, and I had a dog, so it's hard to find rent in Manhattan, and a lot of places for rent down around Ground Zero. The rent was cheap, and the mayor told us the air was safe.
Right.
So I go down, and a month after 9/11, I'm living basically a block and a half from Ground Zero. And, the rent was good, but we were told the air was safe. And a year later, we find out the EPA was lying, and that Rudy Giuliani is one of the people who was pressuring the EPA to say everything was fine down there so that the landlords didn't lose money. I moved out to L.A., and under my health care plan, my doctor's like, "Have you ever lived, near Ground Zero?" I just have to ask all these questions. I'm like, "Yeah, why?" He says, "Well, according to the CDC, you have to get a lung X-ray now every year for 2 years."
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so every time I get my lung X-ray, I just can't think that, Rudy Giuliani is the reason I'm probably going to have my life cut short by 10 years.